Hello there, Eggsy here, and on this video, I'm going to talk about my new list of anime series that took most of my time recently on the past month. For those who don't know yet, I'm the creator of the Webtoon canvas comic The Grand Circle, and I've been posting new episode every other week. So if you have a Webtoon account and would love to read fantasy and action comics, you should consider reading mine. I'll post my Webtoon link on the description below. If you don't like watching anime, you may not be able to relate on what I'm about to say. And that is, there are times that I feel empty and uninspired if I happen to finish all new anime episodes and manga chapters that I have on my list. It may sound a joke to you, but I really feel that way sometimes. So when that time came last month, I found myself browsing over the internet about the latest anime series and season that's just been released this year. And I went on a hunt to satisfy my needs of anime goodness. If that sounded weird to you, then I'm officially going to say I'm proud to be a weirdo, because for me, there are a lot of things one can get just by watching an anime or reading a manga episode, or even reading a light novel. I feel so strongly about this one, given the imaginative capacity of our local TV shows currently and the typical stereotype movies I've recently watched. Now, to begin with, I will start with the anime Kemono Jihen. This anime is more like a dark fantasy series which features some horrific fictional creatures. I can't really spoil you much information, but if you want an innocent little kid as a protagonist battling over horrifying occult fictional antagonists, then maybe this one is for you. I've binged 7 chapters already, and I have to say that the character interactions are so heartwarming and funny. I've also seen strong personalities with each of them, and so far I have witnessed some interesting turn of events, which really helped build good parts of the story. I've enjoyed watching this one, and luckily it really didn't break my manga meter, so I can still stomach to wait for the new episodes. Okay, the next one would be Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. I love this one. Most of my anime friends are really skeptical about reading isekai series nowadays because they have seen or read some bad ones, but for me this one really got to my binge meter. Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation is an isekai anime series which is based on a light novel series. It's isekai meaning it involves someone getting reincarnated, teleported to another world, and from there the story continues. There are a lot of possible things to happen in an isekai genre, but I won't spoil anything, rather than I'll just share some points that I felt cool when watching the anime adaptation of the manga. First, is that it really has good animation. The perspective of the protagonist is really well written so far in the recent episodes, and also they have great characters and funny dialogues, and of course beautiful creatures. I mean characters. It has the typical OP protagonist, but the reasoning and point of this is explained as you continue with the series, so it will really not put you off. That aside, this anime is kinda itchy or mature, so you might want to consider that as well. By the way, Muse Asia on YouTube is releasing new episodes of this series, so I was more than happy to wait every weekend for its release until I was no longer able to stop myself from looking for its manga online. I guess goodbye productivity. The third one would be Chronicle, The Light of Haecceitas. I don't know if that's pronounced Haecceitas, but that's just it. A fantasy, action, and adventure series. This anime is based on a game called Chronicle. I think because there was a point when I was watching this anime on Muse Asia, I craved for more, so I directly looked for its manga, but unfortunately there was none because it was based on a mobile game. Although it's already finished because it was already released a long time ago, so I just binged the entire anime for like a few days. The story was good for me. I liked the characters in the animation. The character building, the dragon's really cool. The protagonist is not annoying, and there were some really good twists that even I was caught off guard. The next one would be Seven Knights Revolution. hero successor. Like the chain Chronicle, the Seven Knights Revolution is also based on a mobile game, and it's a fantasy action series. So far, good in animation. Interesting start and okay fight scene so far since the protagonist haven't really shown most of his potential yet. This got me hooked, so it might get you hooked as well. However, there are still a few episodes on this one, so you might get upset for a waiting game. The next on my list would be the Saint's magic power is Omnipotent. This is an isekai fantasy series with a female protagonist. So far, it's really interesting. Still has a few episodes, but it's based on a light novel series. Like most isekai out there, the protagonist is also OP, but she's only realizing this every progression of the episode. I love the storytelling on this one, and especially the characters' behaviors. I love that the protagonist is really humble and kind, considering how powerful she gets on every episode. The next would be Tower of God. It's an action fantasy adventure series with a young boy as a protagonist. This anime really caught me off guard, and I don't want to spoil any more information rather than watch this anime. It's really have this vibe. It has a good character, good world building, cool art style, and interesting turn of events. And that's all I have to say. I watched this on Netflix and I knew that this is an adaptation of a webtoon series, but I watched the anime first so I won't get biased. But as soon as the season 1 ended, I immediately craved for more. And of course, I binged a lot of episodes on Webtoon too. The creator, I think, is on a break right now, so I'm refraining myself to binging more episodes to have something to look forward into the coming weeks, I guess. And the next and final one would be 86. 86 is an action dystopian type of series, and I would say mecha, with a female protagonist at that. This anime is based on a light novel, and for me, the story in itself is really interesting. This is a really new one, so it has like 4 episodes. But so far, the animation is really good, and when you read the light novel, you will be bombarded with ideologies and moral questions. I rarely read light novels, but this one really got me hooked every chapter, so I really have a nice impression on this one, and I'm looking forward to reading more of it. And that's it for now, guys. That was a lot of anime to keep you busy in your free time. I really think that we deserve a break sometimes, and we just have to reward ourselves by watching a good anime on a break. However, I suggest to keep yourself disciplined if you're a creator, because time is really essential for us on getting your comics done on a schedule. For those who have more suggestions to keep me from being productive, don't hesitate to comment down below so I can still have a lot more to add on my list. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to help my channel. Thank you very much and enjoy your day.